Hi, welcome to the Millennial Mum Show, and it's me, your host, Tolu, the Millennial Mum. So today we're going to be talking about motherhood and dreams, the balance between the pursuit of your personal goals, motherhood, and every other thing in between. As moms, it's so daunting sometimes to set personal goals. So today we have brought in the amazing mom conversations to come and have talks with us about how to balance this and all the other stuff that is in between, because that's what I'm going to call it. So before we dive right into it, I'm just going to let my darling guest introduce herself.
My name is Chidinma Oladipupo. I'm a wife and a mother of two amazing children. I am a content strategist. I'm a mom coach. I help moms who stay home start their freelance careers. I'm also the founder of the Mom Conversation, a mom community that empowers moms to strive for personal growth and chasing their dreams while in motherhood.
There's no way I would have introduced Chidinma to you, you know. Did you hear everything that Chidinma just said? So Chidinma, thank you for coming to the show today. Today we decided to touch on the topic motherhood, dreams, finding balance between motherhood, pursuit of our personal goals, development, most especially development. Yes. So before we get into this, can we hear about your own motherhood journey? It's like our most favorite question on the show. Tell us about your motherhood journey.
July will make it 6 years since I became a mom.
Nice.
And I would say it's been a roller coaster. Okay. So
in a fun way? A balance of both?
I would say both.
Okay.
There has been ups and downs, but I would say I've enjoyed it. There are days when it is hard, really hard, and I ask myself, what did I get myself into? And there are days I'll feel like if I have to do this again, I ask myself, would I choose to do it? But yes, I will. Some days I wake up and I wouldn't say regret. It's more like
I want to take a break.
Yes, I want to take a break. Yes. But I'll do this again and again. It's been an amazing journey. So much lessons, so much growing. I think I've learned more about myself as a mom than I have before.
When you were,
yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great, because I feel like you find a different person in yourself when you become a mom.
I think I found my true self.
Like your real self.
Yes.
So that one before.
No,
you're not your real face.
Not like it wasn't my real self, but I think now life has more purpose for me. That's how I feel.
That's a nice way to put it. That's a very good way to put it. So studies actually show that it takes about 6 months to a year or even longer, depending on a woman's health, a woman's body, for a woman to get herself back. And this is also dependent on complications during delivery.
Sure.
So what was your own experience like after pregnancy?
I think for my last child, unlike when I had my first child, I think I was in a haste. I was in a hurry to snap back, and it was quite difficult. But I think the second time around, I made a decision to slow down. Okay, I had to give myself time. I think sometimes we are so much in a haste to snap back. And I think we say a woman throughout the pregnancy is 9 months, but officially it's 10 months. It's actually 10 months. So 10 months of pregnancy, 1 year of nurturing that child from an infant to that toddler phase. I think we need more time. Stop hurrying. And I think that's something I did for myself. I had to just slow down, take my time. I wasn't rushing anywhere. Okay, so I think it really helps to just slow down and enjoy the moment.
Okay, I'm going to piggyback off your answer, because you said snap back. There are two questions I want to ask you. Was your snap back, was it the physical thing, or it was just the general thing, like I need to get back to work, I need to be myself, or I just need to look snatched? Which one?
I think for the first child, I wasn't even thinking about my physical snapback. Okay. I think it was more of the emotional and mental. Because I will look in the mirror and I don't recognize
yourself,
who I am. And it's so daunting, because I feel like at the time nobody ever told me. I mean, your mom would prepare you for marriage. People around you we have so much conversations around marriage, around getting pregnant. But I think, especially for a first-time mom, that first year when you have a child, nobody prepares you what you're going to face. And I think it wasn't, the focus wasn't on my physical snapback. It was more of my, my mental well-being. I don't recognize this person. I know it is me, but why do I feel this way? This different. So I think it was more me striving to just, connect back to who I was. But for the second time around, I wasn't a pro. I was like, I beg, like, let's take it slow. Let's just take it slow. There's no rushing it. Whether physically, whatever, I just wanted to like slow down and
enjoy the process.
Yes, at a time.
Okay, so mamas, if you're watching this, if you just had a baby or you're pregnant, slow down. Slow down. She has experienced it twice. So yes, and another thing which I want to touch on is that I feel like we tend to undermine motherhood. For some people, it comes easy. Like, I'm pregnant, and while some people, they have their TTC period, and because we just think, oh, I'm a woman, my body is my body's built to conceive and all these kind of things. Okay, yeah, the baby's here now, this is what I'm meant to do. We undermine it, and that also puts a lot of pressure on us. Now, while we undermine it, there are other things, like you said, I don't recognize this person, I want to get back into myself, I want to get back into work and all those kind of things. How do you feel like moms can balance that? Like, put it on a scale, do this, do that, prioritize how do you feel like we can balance that? Because the truth about it is that you can't take motherhood out of yourself, and there's always the other things that we want to do. The balance, how do you advise them to balance that? I think
the balance would be, like you said, prioritizing.
Yeah.
You can't, there's this thing where they say you can have it all as a mom, but I think you can have it all, but in seasons, okay? But it's also knowing sometimes what comes first, and also understanding our circumstances. We're all mothers, but I think we have it different, given what our support system might look like, maybe what our family might look like. There are different, I won't say different types of moms, but we all have different situations. So it's you understanding what is more important at the season where I
am at the moment.
You get. So for a first-time mom, what will be more important for her might look different to someone who has three kids, for example, or for a mom who has multiple helps, compared to you who have no help.
None. Okay,
it's going to look different. So it's more like understanding your situation, understanding what you have, what does it look like, and then prioritize. Okay, all these things are important. I think every facet, everything is important, but what is more important? So give priority to that. Okay, and understand your situation. Don't compare. Don't look at your friend and think, oh, she seems to have it all figured out. Okay, and you're trying to be like that person. You're trying so hard to want your motherhood journey to look like the next person's. But I think that's where we get it wrong sometimes. And I think sometimes that's where the overwhelm comes. Especially when you're on the online space and you feel like, why does she seem to have it all together?
Why everybody has it together online?
Everybody has it.
We all have it together online.
Everybody has it together online. I think that's a mistake for me. But I think it helps when people are genuinely sharing their experience, what happens behind the scenes.
No, for some people, I feel like for some people, Chidinma, to be real, like you already said, some people's reality is not another person's reality.
True.
In the midst of all this, we still need to set like personal goals for how realistic is this in between what is going on online, what is going on in our lives, what my child needs, what my family needs, then what I need. How realistic is it to actually set? Now, educate me. I'm a new mom and I want to set personal goals. I have a 6-month-old and I still feel like I need to set personal goals. How do I go about that?
I think first is, what personal goals are you trying to
I want to get back to work. I want to make money. I want to earn in dollars.
Okay.
Yes.
When I started working from home,
Yeah.
I couldn't get back to the workspace. There was a lot of pressure around me to go back to work. I remember my dad would call me and be like, we didn't send you to the university for you to go home and sit down.
You ready to say that?
My dad would call me and be like, you know, I'm able. My dad would be like, what?
Oh. say it to Igbo. Say it. Give it to us.
I know my dad is more calm about it. And like, why? Like, kefi neme. So it's more like, what are your plans? You get?
Was this after your first child?
Yes, and I'll be speechless. I mean, everybody had an opinion. Oh, maybe she start a business. Maybe you go back to work. Maybe you find something doing. Everybody except for my husband. You get? So I think that pressure around you, you begin to like couple with the things you're already dealing with. Now you start to think, does my husband want me to do more that I am doing? Is there something he might be thinking that he's not saying to me? If every other person is saying this thing, you start to look at him. He's not saying something, but is there something he's thinking about that he's not saying? But I think first off is, I don't know, these noises that are around you, you just have to like turn deaf ears to them. Silence the noise. Look within you. What do you want? I remember at a point I had to, you know, I think it got to me. I was like, fine, I want to go back to the workspace. What do I do? My husband was like, what do you want to do? He was suggesting I take trainings and become an HR. I did. But to be honest, I was just there. We paid so much money, hundreds of thousands, and I was just there looking like, I'm not supposed to be here.
You didn't enjoy it?
I did not enjoy it. And it's not what I want to do, but I couldn't open up to him and be like, I don't want to do this. But I was there. Let it not be like I'm not contributing my own quota to the family. I went back, but it wasn't working. So much things to study, but it wasn't even what I want to do. You get? But it's more like if my mom should call my parents to call, oh, I'm learning something. So I think it makes them kind of like happy that, oh, she's doing something. But then over time, I had to come clean, or more like I had to just reflect.
Be true to yourself.
What do I really want? What do I really want? I know I had skills. I know there are things I could do. I could monetize to make money from home. So it's more like I said, like your question, what do you want for yourself? Because there are going to be so much, you know, opinions flying around on what they think you should do. So first off, what do you want to do? Start from there. Be true to yourself. Do you want to go back to the workspace? If that's what you want, if you see yourself like, oh, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you see yourself still in that career, you know, place where you want to, or you have so much goals around career, then focus. Look for ways to go back. But if you feel like you want to be at home doing something else, or you want to pursue other goals, then outline those goals. What are they? Okay, how long? You have a 6-month-old baby. What can you begin to do every day that will get you closer to those goals? Do I want to go back to work? Little steps. So for example, do you want to start a business? What business do you want to start? Do you have the knowledge to start that business? Do you need to get someone that would mentor you? Everything is more like you have to draw out a plan. You don't wake up one day and be like, oh, I want to do this, and you have to draw up a plan. We all need that life plan sort of, but whatever, or goals. You have goals, then have strategies in place. Have things in place that will gradually take you to that place. You cannot just wake up one morning and be like, oh, I want to do this. Don't forget you have a child, or even have multiple children. Imagine you're a family. Imagine you're a mom of twins. And you still have your husband. Of course, you have your duty as a wife. So gradually just ease yourself into these things. But it's important to set smart goals. Okay, set smart goals, but do not be in a hurry to
dive in.
Yes. So it's going to happen, but take it one day at a time, especially if you're new to motherhood.
Okay. I like your tips. Very, very realistic and doable, because as a mom, I know the pressure that can be on moms. Now, you didn't even get pressure from your husband. You got pressure from your family. While some people might get from their husband, they will not get from their family. While some people might get from both ends and their friends, and everybody's looking at them like, what are you doing? And everything. Your career journey, did you start, did your baby steps, did it start from when you had your first child, or did you get to the moment of realization after your second child?
I think I think what really helped was, of course, I spend most of my time online because of my job. I remember someone saying something about starting with what you have.
Okay.
And I knew I already had skills that garnered proud to becoming a mom.
Okay.
So it was more like, how do I leverage on the things that I already have and then look for ways to like harness them and then, you know, get into what I wanted to do at the time. But it looks different, like I said. There are moms who may want to pursue business. There are moms who want to do different things, but they may not have what I had. Okay, maybe these experiences, they may not have those skill sets. Okay, so it helps to basically just outlining these things, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Take it one day at a time. One day at a time, and like I said, it's all come together basically.
Okay. So we've been talking about ourselves in the spotlight, you yourself, and moms that want to work.
Yes.
Career moms that want to do business. Now let's dive into the women with the family life-oriented goals. My goal is to wake up, take care of my family, homeschool my children, do everything at home, you know, go to soccer, homemaking, deeper connection for the family unit. What's your thought on that? Because career goals are great, business goal, entrepreneurship skills and everything, but for some people that's just not for them.
Not what they want.
And the good thing about it is that some of them are well taken care of, some of them are actually content in their space. Yes. What kind of goals would you suggest for such women, or what are your thoughts?
I think for my thoughts, I currently work with someone, and I think whenever as a social media manager, because the kind of audience we tend to like get to see a lot, there's something they call traditional moms. They call themselves traditional moms. Traditional wives, rather.
Traditional wives?
Yes, that's the terms they tend to use a lot. And I think it's somewhere in the US, Los Angeles, all this area, they use traditional wives a lot. Some they call themselves homemakers.
Okay.
It's what they want. That is a life they tilt towards. They don't want to work. They have a farm. They homeschool their kids. They want slow life, slow days. Some have worked before in the past. They've experienced that fast life. But it's more like, now, this is what I want to do. This is what I aspire to be. Wake up, care for my family. Because they believe at the end of the day, that is the true purpose of being a woman. Some believe it's what God has called them to do. They believe it's what God created women to do. And they are happy doing that. Good. Some are still doing that, and they still have other, you know, sources of income they bring in to the home. But it's what they want. And I think there is no right or wrong way to this. Yes. We all want something different. But whatever it is that you want, I think pursue it, as long as it makes you happy. So there is no perfect mom per se. There's no right way to be a mom. There's no right way to be a wife. If you feel like, oh, career is what gives me joy, do it. Please do it. But make sure at the end of the day, you're doing this because you want it. You're doing it because it brings you joy. You're doing it without your family suffering for it. Because like you said, balance. Okay, you don't want to be so selfish that at the end of the day, something is suffering. Okay, so, and there's this quote that says that it's who we raise. That I can't remember the exact way, but it's more like it's not the work we do, but at the end of the day is the kids we're raising for the future that matters. And I think, but then it looks different. This journey looks different for everyone. So whatever it is that you found, that you feel, oh, this is what brings me joy. Whether you're staying home, you're working outside the home, you're working within the home, please just do you.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Chidinma. That was very profound. And I'm just going to drop my 2 cents on this, because this is one of the reasons why I actually asked Chidinma about this. Because I realized that some women tend to use their lives to measure other people's joy, happiness, and what makes them happy.
Sure.
And like she said, you're very right on all angles, whatever makes it. And I think, I'm saying this because the Millennial Mum Show is a no judgment-free zone. Do not judge other women who choose to stay at home and nurture their kids, have deeper connection with their family. I'm not saying that as a 9-to-5 mom or a career mom or a businesswoman, you don't have a deeper connection with your family. But we both know, or all of us know, that this is a different level of connection. It makes them happy. It gives them joy. They homeschool their children. Their children don't go to school. Okay, that's fine. do you, and do not judge. And
Yes.
I really, because we're talking about balancing motherhood and career and all the other things in between, that's why I said I should just pitch this in. Try not to judge, make your own happiness, and let's all go on this motherhood journey smoothly. So Chidinma, what are some of the goals that you feel is most important to you? Because now I'm going to categorize you as a working mom. You cannot, you cannot, because you're working. What are the goals that you feel like is most important, especially the self-development goals? Because for a lot of us, I feel like self-development is very important. It transcends into the other things.
Yes,
so
true.
what do you think are the goals that are most important to you?
There are different types of goals, basically. When your personal goals, like I usually say, is lifelong. It's lifelong. It's not a destination. It's a journey. It's something we continually would do at different seasons of our lives. Okay? So I wouldn't say, oh, this is more important than the other. There are those who set wellness goals. There are those who are setting spiritual goals. There are those who are setting different kinds of goals, financial goals.
Yeah.
So I would say, what is more important to you where you are? I know there are moms who right now, what is more important to them is having financial goals.
What is most important to you? I want to know. We're learning from you. What is most important to you? Because you do coach other women.
I do coach, yeah.
I know that we can't use your life as a yardstick.
No, we can't.
But it would be nice to have a peek into what is most important to you. For some women, they're looking at you and think, I want to know what is important to you, because maybe, you know, I will be able to think. Don't always feel like these things come easy to everybody. It doesn't. Some people are sitting there like, what are my goals? There was a time in my life that I was like that. What is most important to you right now?
I think what is most important to me right now is building, you know, a community for moms. Okay? I want to be able to have a space where moms can come and just talk about these things. And I think that's where I am right now, building communities for moms. Yes, that's what we're doing right now. You know, helping moms to see that they can be more. I think that's what I've been called to do at this season of my life. Okay, just amplify my voice, speaking on these things, because I don't think, we think we know these things, but not a lot of moms know that they don't have to choose. You don't have to choose to do this now while the kids are young, while they are small. You don't have to post certain things about your life until my kids are grown.
Okay.
You get? It's just basically taking it one at a time. Whatever your goals are. For me right now, like I said, it's just, you know, creating that safe space for moms to just be able to come together and understanding that there's more to motherhood. They can chase their dreams in motherhood. They can strive for personal development and goals in motherhood. That is where I am. And also helping more moms. You get, I'm a mom coach. So what I just do is basically help moms who have financial goals, meet those goals through working from home.
I do.
So what I'm doing right now is, I think for me, last year I was just saying this phase of my life is called impact and then money. I'm making impact, and I think I'm making money from it.
And I was asking you about your goals.
Money is important.
You are holding it.
But I think impact is big for me right now.
Okay.
Not just doing it for myself, but helping, even if it's just one mom, and you know, pulling her up, letting her understand that, oh, you can do this too. Okay, just things that I do basically, I'm always sharing resources with moms, reaching out. If I feel like, oh, this is going to like be something that will be beneficial good for you, I'm that person. Push you, oh, try this, go do this. So impact is what I'm basically doing right now. Not just for myself, but for other moms.
Okay, I really like that. I like the impact and I like the money, because the impact is the impact is
you're helping others, then the money is helping
and then
you. Yeah.
The money is coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a book lover? Do you read?
I read, but not as much as I would want to. Right.
Okay. Is it a self-development book that you feel like
I'm currently reading Sell Like Crazy.
Sell Like Crazy?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Sell Like Crazy people. Sell Like Crazy.
I can't remember the author, but something Subi. I don't know. But that's the book I'm reading right now. So Sell Like Crazy. That's the book I'm reading right now.
Okay. So do you feel like a lot of people want to work, a lot of moms want to work from home?
Yeah.
One of the reasons why they choose to work from home is because maybe mom guilt work is stressful and they feel like they're able to work from home and be able to balance these things. While at home, do you still feel like you're able to create ample time? Do you ever get mom guilt from working from home? Because I'm asking this because I don't want people to create unrealistic expectations. Because when we were talking, we had conversations surrounding moms not putting in the work.
Yeah.
There is also work from working from home.
Yes.
So run us through like your schedule, how intense can work get?
I think I like the fact that you said don't work from home out of guilt, and that's something else. Like we were saying before, be intentional, be genuine, be true to yourself. And I think it's because some moms would want to work from home not because they want to do it, but because it is what is the rave right now. It's what's trending right now. And it's like you are home, your husband is not even like go work. I know the advice online is, oh, God forbid something happens to your partner and nobody is there to cater for the family financially, and as a mom you can't, you know, pick it up. So it's like go work from home, right? So it's like that guilt is there. You find a lot of moms now are trying, oh, I want to work from home, I want to earn from home. But is it what you really want, or is it because there are everybody seems to be doing this? So it's also not going to like pursue this particular thing from that mindset. So I think I like the fact that you had to mention that, because it could be a thing. You are very comfortable, your husband is taking care of you. Yeah. Financially, people are doing very well. But you're doing this out of the guilt. Oh, I don't want to be tagged lazy. I don't want to be tagged the wife who is not doing anything by family, in-laws, friends. So you're, oh, I'm working from home, or oh, I'm trying just to feel like or feel I'm wrong. So I think it's very important that you actually mentioned that. But for me, a typical work day when my kids are in school would be, they leave home, I mean, by 8 they should be in school. I drop them off. Me and my husband will drop them off in the morning. Then I come back home, quickly tidy the things that I need to do. Then I tidy the home, then I get into work. So I like to work that period when they're in school. So between 9 to like 12, I'm catching up on work. Then when they are home from school, I am just focused. Well, we have our afternoon routines that include homeworks and other things. And by the time they go back to bed, they are in bed by 8. I'm still working. Not because I need to, but I like to. And I have clients who are outside of the country, so it's the time frame. So it's when they are chatting you up, it's when they are catching up.
Chidinma,
so
they're saying sounds like work around the clock.
And I mean, I have mom friends who their clients are abroad and they don't work throughout the mornings and the day, but they work at night. So but that's not to say it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy. And it's something I like to emphasize every time someone comes
and say they want to work from home.
It's not easy.
You can't hear.
It's not.
We're talking about working from home, and Chidinma is talking about working in the morning, afternoon.
Yes,
then
you
work duty afternoon to 8, then 8 o'clock. Then we pick it from there.
But it's basically organization. Once you've organized your life and your day, I don't think it's more like over time it becomes everything.
I don't understand. The people that come to you, do you prep them for this? You give them the skill set?
Yes, I'm very realistic. Yes, I give them the skill set, and then I'm someone who is very, people will say it's like I don't try to always, what's it called? Sugarcoat things. I don't like sugarcoating things. I'm a very I like reality. Tell me as it is. Is it going to be painful? Is it going to be hard? And
it's hard though. It's hard though. Don't even let anybody make
but
you
everything
feel like
is hard. Not having money is hard.
Not having money is hard.
So you're choosing your hard.
And but the hard is work around the clock. Because now, let me say something in all of this. Chidinma, you just described a typical work day that to me sounds like you're working kind of round the clock. It might not necessarily be every day, because some of your clients, I stand corrected, but you don't have to tend to your clients from Monday to Friday.
We don't have to even talk for weeks. We don't even have to talk for months. But they already have expectations.
Okay.
They've already outlined the responsibilities. I just know what to do.
Okay.
There are clients that won't even be talking to you. They don't even talk to you every day. They just want to go to their page based on what I do and just know that they are seeing things happening. They are behind the scene checking the analytics.
Yes.
They are getting customers ring them.
Because one of the reasons why I got attracted to this conversation was because a lot of moms talk about working from home and, you know, setting personal goals for themselves. Or I want to do this. I want to be able to work from home. I want to earn in dollars. I want to, because that's the rave. That's the rave. I want to earn in dollars. And that's why I started from your motherhood journey and then taking it down to, okay, what are the expectations, you know, having goals. And now we're not getting to the juicy part where I meant to be telling us how to be collecting dollars. And you're telling me that I'm going to be working for money to after this.
You're not working. You're not working. I mean, you would not just, okay, let's assume you're working outside the home. What does it look like? Are you chilling at work?
No, it's quite intense. However, let me use myself as an example.
And you still come back home and do what?
Work. Wait, let me use myself as an example. I would not use the typical 8 to 5. Let's say I'm going to work and then I get up at 5 o'clock, make the, you know that that's...
I don't even get up 5 o'clock. I get up 7 o'clock.
I'm not...
Chidinma is a baller. No, I'm not that... I've never been that person that will tell you I wake up 5. I don't wake up 5 o'clock in my house.
I have a lot of moms that wake up 5 o'clock.
I don't wake up. I've never been that mom that wake up.
And you guys still make kids to sleep before 8?
Yes, now. The support is my husband.
Shout out to Chidinma.
But then again, it's preparation overnight.
Okay.
In the night, everything is already set for morning. Okay. We wake up, we bath. I mean, what are we doing? Breakfast. Aside from prayer, we bath. You take one child, I take one child. Okay. That is it.
And it makes it quick.
It makes it quick. You take one person, I take one person. We're dressing up, and we're out of it. That is it. I don't make lunch. I used to make lunch.
Thank you, God.
So I think...
Thank you. Chidinma was telling to make me...
No, when I took our lunch, okay, I used to make lunch. Then at a point, I was like, I don't think this life is for me anymore. Okay, then we had to the school offers lunch. So we had to just opt for that. Okay. Yes, so we opt for that. So that's as taking...
You got me worried.
No, even when I used to, it's just like, there's certain things...
7 won't work.
No, 7 will work. But now 7 works fine for me. So lunch is out of the way.
You're telling me I can pay for lunch
some schools
grab 100 and grab 1 hour extra to sleep and snooze.
No, but I've never been the mom. I've never been the mom that wakes up.
I'll put that one in my pocket.
I've never been the mom that, I mean, at the point I used to contribute to those conversations online about lunch.
Lunch, Abby?
I mean, all those, what to prep for lunch, what to make for lunch for your kids. Since
me.
I've left that thing, I think I had, and at the point I also wanted to opt for school bus, but I think for now we drop them off in the morning, then I pick up in the afternoon. But I know eventually what happened, then we just school bus. Then I mean, once I'm outsourcing these things, I think
it makes your life easy.
I have more time to for myself. But I've never been the mom that wakes up 5. Never, cannot be me.
Okay, so me. She's me. I'm she.
Cannot be me.
Okay, so I was talking about your work schedule.
Yeah.
And me waking up at 5.
Yes.
And then going to work. Mind you, 5 o'clock you make all the food and everything.
Yes.
Now that includes breakfast and lunch. And then you go to work. And then you come back. Hopefully, if you live close to your house, you're back by 6. And then you make dinner, and then the kids go to bed, and you're allowed to go to bed. Now, that's not the same with you. That's why I was saying...
I choose not to.
Yes, you choose not to. But you also mentioned having clients outside.
Yes.
Let me give you an example. If you are posting on social media, and
you can schedule. You can schedule.
Okay. So, just know, if you are planning to have a virtual... if you're trying to work from home, work virtually, it's not a walk in the park. Chidinma is here doing it, and she just hinted it. Now you didn't tell us outright, Leo, that we're walking around the clock.
No, you're not going. I walk around the clock does not mean the next mom would have. I have a friend that will say by 5 she's done for the day.
That's great.
She's done till the next day. From 5, that's our family time till the next day. So I think it looks different. I mean, there are moms too who work from home who work hourly based on, yes. So maybe in a week they are working 40 hours. So it just basically, it looks different for everybody. There are still moms that work hybrid. So I just think it's just knowing what works for you. This is what works for me. I enjoy my work, and I see other things I do online. So I think I spend a lot of time there. But just, I have a balance. It works for me, so.
Okay, so.
But it's not around the clock.
Okay, we feel much better. It's not around the clock.
It's not around the clock.
You can't be telling us about motherhood, balancing.
No, I have.
We're going to set goals, and then now okay.
No, you can't work around the clock.
So what is self-care to you? Like, what do you do to chill? You've talked about, I can imagine you like your soft life, you don't want wahala. So what do you do for self-care? And I'm not going to take the spa conversation.
No. I've never.
What's your self-care tip?
Self-care to me is basically like every week, something just started happening recently. I found that every week, once a week, there are days I will wake up, usually Thursdays.
Okay.
It's just how my body just slows down every week, and I don't do anything.
On Thursdays?
I just found that it happens. Wednesdays, Thursdays, I just don't know.
Like
I will not work. I will not do anything, and I will just keep at it.
Okay.
I will just keep at it. I will just be like lazing about my house. So I think what we all need
the day off.
A day off. So, but then again, for self-care, what I do, I love alone time. Okay, me time. I love to watch movies. Okay, read too, but not often. You get, but I always like to be online surfing. But anything that has to just do with being on my own, please leave me. Please, no, my kids, please let me be.
How old are your kids?
My kids are 4 and 5.
And they understand.
It was hard getting to this point with them.
Because I had to chip that in.
It was hard getting to this point. There were days when I started earlier, it was always hard because at a point my son was, "Mom, you're always working too much."
Aww.
He said that. And I think that kind of like had to make me pause and think. So it's now know when it's their time, which is why I often, when they are home, back from school, I just tend to like focus more on them. So when they're in bed, then it's me time. It's my time for work, for any other thing I want to just basically do. But for self-care, it's just me time, reading, watching a movie. That's things that I do.
You know, different moms have come to this place, and I always ask them to the show, and I always ask them about their self-care tip. And to be honest, I go with a tip every time somebody comes. And the reason, a mom came here and she said to me, "I do something for myself every day." She was like, "That's my self-care." And I was like, oh wow, that is really good. Because for some people, self-care doesn't come in, self-care comes once a month.
Yeah.
And then you just gave me another one. Oh, every week. Like,
just once a day.
It sounds like luxury to some women.
Yeah, just indulge yourself.
Indulge yourself.
Eat those food that will make you fat.
Eat those food. Binge.
But then work it out.
Then you work it out.
Yes.
Okay, we're not giving unhealthy tips here, but it's okay. You can actually indulge, and that's fine. Okay. So with regards to moms, self-development, goals, growth, all those things we have talked about, we're learning from you. Is there anything that you feel like I haven't touched on that you want to talk about or tell our viewers?
Okay, I think something I want to add is pivoting. It's okay to like try new things. It's okay to evolve. It's okay to change, especially when you feel like the things you're doing are no longer working out. Don't be so boxed up in something you've outgrown. It's okay to outgrow things and, you know, try new things. I know sometimes there are people who are so fixated on a particular thing, even when they feel like this thing is no longer working or what I feel like doing. Give yourself that grace to change, to move on, to move to something else. I mean, life is about just trying new things sometimes. So don't box yourself up. Try new things, pivot, change, and evolve. So that's it.
You heard it. Now, if you want to pivot, and you want to pivot towards Chidinma, where can we find you? If people want to pivot towards you, where can we find you? Plug yourself in, real quick.
You can find me on Instagram at themomconversation_, or workfromhomemom_. That's basically my handles on Instagram.
Thank you. Reach out to Chidinma if you want to. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for learning from us. And that's it on the Millennial Mom Show today. Don't forget to give yourself grace. Your mental health is very important. And Chidinma said you can pivot. You are not a tree. You can move to new things. It was really nice having you, Chidinma. Thank you so much for coming. And that's it on the Millennial Mom Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow our social media handles on the screen. Till I come your way on the next episode, continue to live in light.